We got Matthew Triefenbach down here. This is a big moment for this race team, J-Van. First career clash on the coast, qualifying for a feature. You're going to start pretty good in that feature. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. I think this little Ford open motor's got something for these crate guys. So this for all them guys back home who are running open motors, the underfunded teams. You can still get it done on this big show.
Well, awesome job. Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
He's originally out of Belleville, Illinois, but he's currently stationed nearby in Crestview, Florida. Let's hear it for our active military man here, Matthew Triefenbach, winner heat race #1 for the Friesen Performance IMC Modifieds.
There you go. We do thank you, Matthew, for your service. And like we said, it's spelled greatness, and they circle it, F-O-R-D. Got the old Ford power where the distributor on the front. There it is. You see it. They circle it so you know what awesome it is. That's what they say anyway. I own a couple Ford vehicles. Not too often do you see the old blue oval out there getting her done, but it gets her done in heat race #1.
Well, we're back from the clash on the coast. The week started really, really rough. I'll add in some videos and stuff as we go through this video. I don't have a ton of videos because I didn't have like quite a ton of help through the whole week. Just kind of whoever the heck showed up for that night. But first 2 nights at Baker were really, really rough for me. So we canceled Sunday's practice. I think I would have been able to figure out some problems with this car if we would have had practice. But Monday we had some hot laps. I'll throw that hot lap video in here. So going out for hot laps, first lap, just kind of getting a feel for the car. And then on the second lap, my right rear coilover spring, my coilover kit, I have a snap ring on that shock. And that snap ring slid all the way up to the top of the body of the shock. And it took out about 2.5 inches of preload or load on my right rear. And so then I started toting the left front. Car was super, super tight. I didn't catch on to it because I was still trying to figure out the car and the steering and everything. We didn't discover that issue until Tuesday when I was pulling shocks off the car, cleaning everything, putting them on the load machine. Because in between the hot laps and the heat race, we put in a bunch of load in the right rear because we're like, man, this thing is just a pig. It's laying over. I didn't catch it at the time. Go out for the heat race, wadded up the nose. So we had to rebuild the whole nose all morning Tuesday, putting a new bumper on it, building a new bumper, building a new nose to go out and tear the nose up Tuesday. Just couldn't get out of my own way. And in the heat race, up shearing a ball joint. So we bent it and it sheared. So I don't know if I over torqued it. I torqued it to 110 foot-pounds. Don't know what quite happened because it sheared off right where the threads are. So I don't know. This isn't a how, by the way. This is a Speedway Motors ball joint. So I had to overnight some to get here by Thursday for that, because the QA1 won't fit it, and How obviously won't fit that ball joint housing that was on that lower control arm. We got all them issues figured out Monday and Tuesday. Thursday, we went out. We had a pretty good car. New ball joint in there. Still kind of shaking some stuff down, but it was also my first day at Deep South. Now, the last time I was racing at Deep South was in a non-wing sprint car. Completely different feelings, and that was, last year. And then the year prior, last time I was there, was in a 602 late model. So never driven Deep South with a modified, so that was a huge learning curve. But Thursday, we had a pretty decent car. We were running around the transfer spot in a B main because I had like a pretty high pill draw. So we ended up finishing, I think, 5th in the B. They didn't run that Australian Pursuit that night. Let's see, that was Friday night. So now Saturday night, we had a really good showing. So we led flag to flag in our heat race. The heat race, I was making a lot of mistakes, just driver. We kind of made a few setup changes. And then that last lap, I made a lot of bobbles and let second place close in on me, which that 15 car, I believe he won both nights at Baker. So don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure he did. So we redrew the number 3 pill to start in the big show, the final finale of Deep South, where we ran second for 22 laps, right behind the joiners. So the whole time, me running second in a big show on a big stage like that on a rubber down single groove track, I was just like, man, where are these guys? Because I thought I was holding the whole field up because Joseph checked out. He had like a straightaway on me. I was just messing up my entries, messing up exits. Like every lap, I would pick up on where I'm messing up and, okay, I'll try something different. I just kept looking at the scoring tower like, all right, 5 laps down. Okay, 10 laps down, I'm still in second. Where are these guys at? They got to be on me. But I think 3rd place was Dylan Thornton. I had a couple cars on him, believe it or not, which I'm tickled to death that happened. But, yeah, we had that caution at lap 22, and that's where things went south. We grouped up, got everybody back together, and on one of those restarts, because I think it took us like 2 restarts to get going again, someone wheel hopped my left front and broke everything on my left front upper, the ball joint, the shock, tore everything up. So I just rode around in the fluff up high to get out of everybody's way. And I think we finished 16th out of 20-something cars. I'm going to take that as a win because me running second with the field of cars that we had Becerra, Thornton, a bunch of good out-of-towner guys. I mean, they giving them, if we were doing green and checker, they probably wouldn't have had me. But to run second to that type of talent and caliber field, like, I feel pretty good about myself going into this season. But we went ahead, we built a new right side lower, we're building a left side lower, putting a new center link in it, new tie rods, doing the Weir's bushings, the Howe ball joints, going to Howe's, so I have better parts availability on hand. We got the Weir's bolts. First time building stock lowers with these style bushings. So got to weld these in. They got like these plastic inserts that the pin, rides in. Hopefully I do it right. Hopefully we got the shock mount position right on it, but I think we'll be all right. Now, one thing I've never done before, going from these Speedway Motors QA1 sized ball joints, I think they're a 1.5 ream, gains or 1.5 inches for a foot, whatever the taper is. These Howes are bigger, so I have to ream out my spindles, and I've never done that before. I'm kind of puckering on doing that because I don't really want to mess up my roll steer, my bump steer, and all. Not my roll steer, my roll center. I don't want to mess up my roll centers, my bump steer, or any of that stuff. So we're going to take it slow, ream these out, and kind of just go from there. I don't know. I'll probably need new spindles anyways. These are the Speedway three-piece. We're going to get some. I'm financially tapped out after the Clash. Because we went through 6 tires, 2 drums of fuel. I still have some of the second drum. I didn't go completely through it. 2 shocks. I went through both those 2 brand new shocks I just put on the car. Went through a ball joint. Went through a tie rod. Couple heims. 2 wheels. Yeah, we tore up a bumper. A lot of sheet metal. A lot of rivets. We we consumed some parts there through getting through that clash. But a big part of that week was also just, like I said, getting used to the car, because especially because there's a Jones floor mount pedal in it. Now that I've ran it, I like that Jones floor mount pedal. It's pretty decent. Made some adjustments to it with the throw, so my foot isn't like this to get it to full throttle. It's more like a normal throttle pedal. I wouldn't recommend y'all go run out and buy a Jones throttle pedal, but if a car you bought comes with one, it's going to take you a little minute to get used to it. Yeah, running on a rubber down track. This tire was brand new when we rolled out. I went a little aggressive on the sipes, I think, and we just cooked it, and I really had nothing when that restart happened. I tried to keep them hot, but yeah, left rear looks just the same. Anyways, yeah, the clash was fun. Most fun I've ever had racing, regardless of the results, regardless of me tearing stuff up. I learned a ton. I met a lot of great people, and I just literally had a blast. Living at the racetrack in the RV, being around racers, working my tail off. I mean, I went to bed at probably 2 a.m. every day, got up at 6 a.m. to work on the car the whole day, to just rinse and repeat. I mean, I think I only ate one meal a day. Like, I was that busy, that slam packed, and I lost 10, 15 pounds in that week. Best experience in racing by far yet. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing more of that style stuff. Just, I don't have the financial backing to do so. That's why I stick with these things. I need to quit dealing with this stuff and just focus more on the race car, because priorities. But we went and raced this last night at Milton Dirt Oval RC. This is the new one. Kind of bought it to get it for a buddy of mine who's on a deployment right now, but I might keep this one. This one is, it's a pretty trick ride here, running the short course modified, doing some work on the old SC10. Look at that, we got piggyback shocks. We're big money now. Yeah, we're doing some work, doing all bearings on this thing. I feel like this car is a better car out there because it's rear motor mounted. But I went and splurged and I got a censored hobby wing setup. It's a cheaper setup, but it's censored. A little bit bigger of a motor. It's 7.5 versus a 3,300 kV. It's probably like a 12.5 motor, but I don't know. This car, a lot more adjustments on it, a lot more geared for dirt oval racing. But this one, like I said, being rear motor mounted, I feel like it'd work a little bit better out there at that loose loomy Milton Dirt Oval RC. Now, I'm actually thinking about selling this Techno here if y'all are interested. I cleaned it a little bit after that last race, but I haven't fully torn it down yet. I'm fixing to do that this week now that I'm kind of caught up, because while at the clash, I got so backlogged on carbon fiber orders. So I made this past week. This is a blue Kevlar hybrid wheel cover. It looks pretty trick. So looking at it, well, at this angle, right, it looks kind of black, but once you get it in the right light, it turns blue. So I think this looks pretty trick, especially, like I said, in the right light. I did get a wheel cover made for a real wheel bead lock. So if you need a real wheel cover, I make them now. So if you need them, you run real wheels. I know it's hard to find wheel covers for them, and especially being in IMCA, like you have to run a plastic cover. Obviously, these aren't legal. But if you want to get away from the aluminum covers, if you're running any of the other series with rear wheels, let me know and I can hook you up with some of these carbon fiber ones. But yeah, that's just a little quick update of what we had going on. I know I didn't do a ton of videos at the clash because I was just so busy getting the car together to go tear it up the next night or that night. So I apologize. Next year we'll do it a lot better. But anyways, I appreciate y'all for watching this video. I'll see y'all in the next one. We plan on racing March 29th at Northwest Florida Speedway. It's for their season opener. So we'll be there. And then after that, I really don't have a schedule. Every year I make a schedule, something catastrophically happens and I can never stick to it. So I'm trying this year out without making a legit schedule. I'm just going to race when we can and where we can.